So that's entry time has to be within 9 a.m. to 11. I guess that's just what we'll stick to for right now. Okay. So looking at this day, charting with dark background on TradingView is hard for me. What do you mean, Brandon? Like this one specifically? Oh, nah, on your screen? Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, I know this is 21. I know this is 2021. And unfortunately, I know that this is really bullish. So, I don't particularly like anything here that I see at this time. It's Thursday. We had Monday. Monday is currently the hive week. Tuesday, Wednesday is an inside print. And so Thursday, what I guess we could be doing is looking to frame towards the internal. Maybe. I just don't really like anything here. Because we have that internal. We're also within this buy side imbalance, but then there's these lows here. So I think I might skip this session unless we're 6 a.m. open. So 6 a.m. open is right here. So we had open, high, and then distribution. So unless I'm going to let 930 play out. Oh, geez. Okay. I'm going to let 930 just play out. I don't really particularly like anything too much here. What am I on, the 15 minute? Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm actually going to go towards the 5 minute. So I can zoom in a little bit more. Okay, so there's 930 open. Bullish response. Popping in for some Alex ASMR. What's up, September? So we swept previous day low. We're still within that Tuesday inside print, and we have a buy side imbalance above. Do you always label the 6 a.m. open? So, okay, actually, I'm actually going to add this up here so that everybody can see it. 6 a.m. open line is purple. Midnight open line is blue. Is that good? Brandon. Appreciate you. So we had a sweep, and normally I would tell you, so previous day low sweep had already happened. Normally I would tell you this is an order block here, and I do like this. Order block with equal highs, like this is a clean, this to me is a clean variable 1, variable 2 setup market maker buy model. Am I a bit bearish on the daily? Yeah. Do we have an internal to the upside? Yeah. So I have a bullish bias at this particular point in time, to be honest. I'm going to continue letting this play out. And then if we miss out, we miss out. Yeah, there we go. So a bit lower print. Maybe a reversal here. Let's see if it goes towards these equal highs and then potentially finishes a market maker buy model. Excuse me. Okay. And did it actually get up there? Or no? Nice. Okay. So a bit of a struggle here. I was incorrect on my initial order block idea. So if I had long this, I probably would have gotten stopped at this low. But overall, the draw was good. So you have your variable number 1, variable number 2, and then in this particular case, we would have been looking at this candle here. And so we got really close to sweeping that low, but we did not. I think it was, yeah, this low here from 385. So there's likely an SMT there, but I don't have ES data at this time. So Kairos, yeah, I am recording. Brandon, you don't need this. Brandon's a monster, bro. So I'm just gonna move to the next day because it's already 12:20, and I want to stay within the time window. Okay, so there was that daily internal level hit. A huge expansion at 8:30. I'm assuming there's news there. A little bit ruffled, I guess, on the bias for this particular day. But what I will do, however, is I'm just going to outline equal highs and equal lows and then pretty much just go from there. So we had swept these highs. I'm trying to get better at shorting. So let's take a look here. So we had swept these highs. We're not at a discount of this range just yet. Maybe I did a long pull. Yeah, we're just barely there. It's currently Friday, so a couple of options here. We have Monday, Tuesday, so weekly opening prices up here, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday. So weekly PO3, trying to frame that. 8:30 news into this buy side imbalance. So what I'm going to pay attention to is I'm going to look if we're going to close back above the high that's currently put in place after 8:30 open, or if we want to see a close below these imbalances and these swing lows. I do remember 21 being a very bullish year, so I don't know if I'm particularly interested in shorts or longs. So where is 9:30? So 9:30 is right here. $9:30 right there. So that's 9:30 opening price, which I'm going to outline as orange, actually. And then I'm just going to get rid of that drawing there because it was taking up too much space. So 9:30 opening price, seeing a bit of a rejection here. Maybe we could get some sort of internal to external going from something of that sort and aim for that high once more. Maybe, just maybe. Fair enough, 2 trades, willing to give in. I have a question that's kind of silly, but how can I avoid being a little bitch scared to take entries? I already trade the smallest size possible. I don't know what's confirmation when trying to catch the wick of a PO3 setup 3 minute. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. Do we want to take this? I do like the fact that we're within yeah, absolutely. I'm just going to take this. I don't really care. Not that I don't care. I do care. But I think for the sake of okay. Well, I guess we'll find out, right? So internal to external ideas, 9:30 order block here. I'm going to move to break even relatively quickly if we break that swing high. Okay, perfect. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is stop loss. Can I modify it, please? Okay, whatever. I guess I'm break even, right? And then wait. Stop loss 13727. There we go. That way I can kind of modify it. And I'm just going to trail as we go. Nice. Nice. All right, I'm just going to trail to this low. I'm going to be aggressive. Trail. Trail. And stopped out there. Yeah, sorry about that. I know you guys can hear the vibration. Give me 1 second. My mother's calling me. Actually, that's fine. I'll just text her. Okay. So I believe we got stopped out there in profit. Okay. So this one was fairly simple. I can kind of visualize this market bigger buy model on a 1 minute. I don't know if you guys can see it, but wow, that was actually really clean. Okay. So here's what that looks like. So a couple of things. We had an expansionary move at 8:30, right? We had an internal level here, and we were also below the 9:30 opening price. So it's fairly simple. It's the same idea that you're using for all of the trades that we've been taking for the last few days or the last couple back tests. You're pretty much just searching for that PO3, right? Because if I told you to frame a 30-minute candle using the 9:30 opening price, what would that look like to you? It would look something like this. So you have your open, and then your close is at 10 o'clock. So that 10 o'clock candle closed right there. So it actually closed right where it opened. So just about. So if I told you to kind of visualize the 9:30 opening price as a 30-minute candle, this is what it would look like. And so the idea is that you want to be framing from the open to the low if you're bullish, 9:30 order block, but that order block has to be either at an external or an internal price point. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Can't understand what this entry plus OB or something. 9:30 opening range is the 9:30 1 minute candle range. No, so that's a different concept. The 9:30 opening range is the first 30 seconds after 9:30. But what I'm using here in this particular case is the 9:30 opening price. So I'm just using the opening price. That's it. What is PO3? Where can I find info about it? Okay, so PO3 is just pretty much another fancy name for AMD, whatever. But it simply represents the three, I guess, market cycles, or the 3 cycles in price action. So price action is always seeking a couple of things, but just to kind of pretty much give you a very quick review, power of 3 represents the 3 phases. So we always say in the streams, I don't know if you hear, but we always say, oh, we're looking higher for lower or lower for higher, right? So in this particular case, whenever you're seeking a lower price point, whenever price is printing lower, you'll notice that there's a high put in place. In order for there to be a low, or in order for there to be a print of a low, there needs to be a high put in place. And then it's the same thing for the other. Hey, what's up, Mad Don? And then for the opposing, you're going to be searching for a low that's going to put a high in place. So I know the phrasing is a little weird there, but I'll explain that using price action. So in this particular case, who was it that commented? Risk to reward. The 9:30 opening price, because here's the idea. If I were to outline, and I do this, I feel like I do this every stream, but it's okay, because I know some of you guys are new in here. This is a candle, right? Like this represents one singular candlestick, whatever time frame it is. It doesn't matter. But for the sake of the example, we'll be using higher time frame. So this is a daily candle. This is what the daily candle looks like, right? Don't think about it if it's an up close or a down close. It's just a candlestick. So there are 4 values, right? You have your open, you have your close. That's value number 1. That's value number 2. And then you have your high and your lows. You have high, right? And then your lows. Whenever you're using a candlestick on the higher time frame, you're going to be looking to enter within the wick. Now, obviously, this isn't a hard set rule for all of you guys, but it is for me, and this is kind of what I stick to. And so the most significant value here is going to be the opening price. The opening price, by the time you're looking to trade that particular candle, is already printed. The value is set, and then the time is obviously already preset, depending on the candlestick that you're using. So there are times throughout the day there are times throughout the day. Sorry, let me get rid of all this. How do I control? Option? Command? There we go. So there are times throughout the day where just messed up my setup. There are times throughout the day where price is going to seek lower if it wants a higher price point. And it's fairly simple to understand, right? It's like if price wants to go higher, it has to put in a low. Like it has to. If price wants to go lower, it has to put in a high. Those highs are going to be what? They're going to be the wick of the candlestick. So I use midnight, 6 a.m., and 9:30 opening price points as the areas for me to search for wicks. And within those wicks, I'm going to be looking for order blocks. So let's move forward. So this was a good trade. I'm really happy with that. If I can maybe potentially adjust my... I would love to have the daily at the same time here. Where do I... Is there... Oh, okay. I was about to say. There we go. Okay. So I'm taking a look at the... Sorry, I'm driving. Did Alex say... Okay, so I use... That's what I use, right? Like, it obviously varies. You'll end up finding your own. But I only use midnight, 6 a.m., and 9:30. That's about it. I tend to not use 10 a.m. as much simply because of the fact that I try to be done before 10. That's usually my best time window. Anywhere from 9:35 to 9:50. So midnight allows me to understand what the daily as a whole is doing. 6 a.m. allows me to understand what the 4 hour is doing. And then 9:30 allows me to understand what the equities session is doing. Right? So I'm participating on 3 time frames. I'm participating on a daily level, on a 4 hour level, and on a intra-session level. Okay, I'm going to move forward. We're just going to go to the next day because it's 10:25 and then we already placed a trade. So next day open. Okay. So a bit of a rejection here on the daily. I'm going to head over to the 15-minute chart to get a bigger image. A bit of a rejection here on the daily. This looks slightly bearish. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So we had, again, a closure below the imbalance that was created on, Friday. And I'm a huge fan of Thursday. Friday, Monday swing formations. I tend to trade those a lot on NQ. Where you'll have the Thursday. What is it? You have your Thursday, your Friday, and then your Monday, or the opposing Thursday, Friday, Monday, where Friday is the second candle in that swing point, and it makes the high or the low. So I'm a huge fan of those. I also, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We just got to let this print. Does anybody have any biases for this or any questions? Biasy. What's the plural? Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and outline this same old... I shouldn't have gotten rid of all the drawings. Okay, so 6 a.m. open is just about here, and that's going to be in purple. 6 a.m. open is just here, and this is going to be in purple. And then I'm going to also outline midnight, which we did get a really, really strong rejection. So we had midnight opening price... So we have midnight opening price and then 6 a.m. And then we're closing, or actually kind of failing to close below that imbalance. But I'm just going to keep it there for the sake of viewership. So, okay. So if I were to ask you again, like, can you guys see or visualize what the midnight and the 4 hour candle, what the daily and the 4 hour candle kind of look like right now? If I told you to draw, yeah, bearish. Okay. So I guess what I would like to see in this particular case, I do think we could maybe go higher. If we start closing below these lows, then I'm just gonna keep it simple, basic, and say that we're gonna go for this some sort of imbalance here. Tap to midnight and lower. Okay. So while that would definitely be good, I think by the time we get back up to midnight, I would be slightly bullish just because of the fact that we're closing below these imbalances. But this 8:30 imbalance that I have outlined here is the one that I'm paying really, really close attention to because it was an imbalance created during a high impact news event. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let 9:30 play. Sorry, I'm doing 10 seconds. Okay, so there's 9:30. Oh man, that is a crazy dump. $10 a.m. open. And yeah, no entry for me on here. No entry. Yeah. What a crazy dump. Maybe if we reference back above the 10 a.m. opening price. But it's already 11:24 and I want to stick to my rules. Okay, no trade. I want to stick to the 9 to 11 entry window. Okay, Jesus. All right. What the hell? Discount? Yeah, hell yeah, discount. Give me that daily discount. I'm gonna long this. Let's long this bad boy. Discount. Okay, so I want to see maybe a 9:30 order block. There's 9:30 open, and then we're 6 a.m. Oh, we're far. Okay, that's 9:30 and then 6 a.m. Let's see if 9:30 gives us some sort of entry. The equal highs there. No entry. Man, that's upsetting. And then market maker buy model right here. That daily discount, dude. Daily discount. Why didn't you take it on the 1 minute? I'm trying to stay away from that, to be honest. I tend to hold for longer. I mean, if we get back to discount of this range, I wouldn't be too upset. Where's Jesus? Okay. All right, let's see if we can get a close back above this candle's high. Then if we do, I'll likely long. Yeah, okay. I'm going to throw in some longs here. So we have an internal. We're below the 10 a.m. opening price. So 10 a.m. internal at a discount. Close above this candle's high. And then I'm going to just put my stop loss at 40. Let's see. Oof. Okay, stopped out. Here, let me actually put the drawing. Oh, we didn't actually get a close. Did we get a close above that candle's high? Yeah, we did. Okay, but barely. I guess I should have waited a little longer. I still do like the trade, though. I still do like this trade. I still do like this. Yeah, my stop was... That's what I was afraid of. I was like, my stop seems a little too tight. I still do like this though. I would like to re-enter, but it's okay. Yeah, I do like this. Maybe we can get another entry off here somehow. Maybe. Should we go for another entry? Should I be stubborn? Or wait for a 9:30 open? Maybe a retracement back to 9:30 opening price? What do you guys think? Should I be stubborn? All right, let's see. Let's see if we get back down there. No, but beautiful reaction from that order block. How nice. Must be nice. Nice. Okay. So I think correct idea, just my stop was a little too tight. So my entry was on that close there, and I had my stop below this candle's low. So what I should have done was, and I tend to do this a lot, but if you're utilizing the imbalance here, I think it's best to place, if you're utilizing the imbalance and you're using an order block within an imbalance, place the stop on the imbalance, or use the stop as if you're using the imbalance as opposed to using the order block. Because in that way, the thing with NQ is that it's an asset that needs a little bit of breathing room. So NQ needs a little bit more breathing room. So we took an L on this one. Unfortunate, too tight of a stop loss. But on the next one, we'll make note of this and then we'll improve. But this one was good. Can you please explain the reason behind this trade one more time? Yeah, it is, but I don't really care about those lower time frame double marks. So okay. So the same. So in this case, we're within 1040, right? So I'm gonna mark out the 10 a.m. opening price. So there's the 10 a.m. opening price, right? If I'm looking for longs, I want to position myself in the wick, and I'm going to repeat this over and over and over again until it is imprinted at everyone's mind. So if I'm going to use 10 a.m. opening price, I want to look to utilize the wick. So we have a couple things here. We have an internal level. We're below the 10 a.m. opening price, and so when I'm using an internal level, I want to ask myself, where was the last price point or the last price leg or price or candle that led to the print within this imbalance? Anything that you used for buys, 1 hour plus is what I would recommend. Anyways, so in this case, we had a close above this candle's high that pierced this imbalance. So this is my confirmation. I don't necessarily consider this an order block because this did create the impulse move higher, but it's not particularly specifically the one that I would consider the order block. So in this case, I would consider this the order block. Irregardless, as I was saying, NQ as an asset needs a little bit more breathing room. It needs time and it needs a little bit space to print within imbalances. And you'll come to realize that because if you look at how ES prints and how NQ print, they print very differently, even though they could obviously be going in the same direction and have a similar setup as in terms of narrative. You'll come to realize that ES is a lot more respectful when it comes to its PD arrays or its imbalances. Like, it's going to stay within the confines of that price point. Whereas NQ, it needs a little bit more breathing room. It needs to print outside. It can print outside. It doesn't need to, but it does typically print outside of those imbalances. So in this case, this is what the 4-hour candle looks like. So open, low, imbalance, close above this candle's high that pierced the imbalance. That's my confirmation. Continuation higher. So my stop should have been here. Okay, moving forward. Go to next day open. Another bearish day. Another day, another dollar. So here we have an 8:30 impulse lower, and our 6 a.m. candle is way. 6 a.m. opening price is way higher. So what this is telling me is that we have a rejection from midnight. We have a rejection from 6 a.m. So let's see if we can get some sort of retracement potentially. let's just let this print. So 921, 925, 927, 928, 929, 930. So price is currently seeking lower. We can use previous day low as a potential target. But I want to see some sort of sweep here above 930. Okay. 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 So 930 open sweep order block question mark potentially towards previous day low potentially, but then I would be using a bit of a wide stop and that risk to reward wouldn't be worth it. I guess should we fall in? I'm just gonna let this print. Sweep of that low. Ugly price action here, but I do think we get to that low. Yeah, okay. So a bit of ugly price action. That 5-minute order block held, but no trade for me. Yeah, no trade for me. Maybe we get a rejection from 10 a.m. opening price. Where's 10 a.m.? Right about here. No cigar. Okay. Next day. I'm going to do 2 more trades. Next day. What day is it? April 1st. No, May. I lied. What's the quarterly open on this? Am I blanking? April 1st, no? No. Yes? That'd be Q2, no? Q2? Would it? Not? Am I tripping? It would be. Yeah. January, February, March, then Q2, April 1st. Okay. April 1st, quarterly open. I'm going to make this pink. I do like this. I mean, I remember 21 specifically being very, very bullish. So I'm just going to go out on a limb here and assume that they were just bringing this below the quarterly open. And now we're just going to ride this thing. Maybe. Who knows? Okay. Let's see. 6 a.m. is far. That's okay. Midnight is not that far. Right here. We had a clear bullish reaction out of midnight. So there's midnight in orange. Let's see if we can get some sort of retracement into, or if this is just gonna absolutely send it. Can we get some sort of retracement below midnight opening price? Question mark. 930. No. Okay. 10:30. Where's 10 a.m.? Okay, we're below 10 a.m. Let's see if we can get some sort of internal. No. Some sort of sweep. But it's already 11:30. I do think some longs out of midnight would be nice. Or potentially... Nice. Okay. No worries. It's 12:45. I'm just gonna go move to the next day. Okay. Last trade. Let's see if we can get a dub. I do like this quarterly open. This right here could very much become an order block. So I'd like to see it close above that. Outline 6 a.m. opening price. So 6 a.m. in purple. 6 a.m. opening price in purple. Open low. Ooh. I like this already. Order block. Order block right there. Let's see what 930 gives us. $9.30. Go on the 1 minute maybe. Should we long this bad boy? I want to. Fuck it. No? What do you guys say? Ooh. This is ugly. Maybe a sweep of some sort. Give me a sweep of 202 and order block and I'll long. God, that is holding price up. Jesus. Bit of a range here. Reminds me of today. Sweep of 202. No. Nice. And it's going to go for that high, I believe. Is this being recorded? Yeah. Yeah, it is. I'm doing 10 seconds, of course. Yeah, so there's that high. Okay. All right. Unfortunate, but it happens. Yeah, I wanted a sweep of this low of 202 at 9:30 open and then an order block for higher, but we didn't get that. I'm sure there was an SMT of some sort here.